Yeah. 2020, May 25th, you need chaos. May 25th, what happens? George Floyd gets assassinated. Next day, riots, protesting, insanity. What do Republicans start saying? Look, man, I like him, but I don't know why. Maybe they're right. The more he's in there, the more chaos happens in the streets. And I just want the chaos to slow down. That's what I want.
Of course.
That strategy worked very effectively. They're making a mistake that they made in 2016, but they're doing it in a different way. 2016, all CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS ever talked about was what? Trump, but they invited him. Yeah. Well, they're not inviting him now, but what are they doing? Because he's in court and all these different cases, they have to keep talking about him over and over, thinking that strategy is going to work for them because they're getting ratings. What they're not realizing, again, they're coming the best publicist PR for this guy. Every civilization, every society, every country, company goes through these phases. First, you have the prophet. He's the founder. You have the founding fathers, right? Hey, we're going to go out there and there's no way we're going to pay taxes on taxation without represent. Shit, okay. These guys are not wanting to pay taxes. Yeah, we're not going to. They can't do that to us. All right. Then they inspire barbarians. Okay. So Jobs inspired barbarians. Musk inspires barbarians. Sometimes the prophet is a barbarian. Musk is both, right? Jobs is both. Our founding fathers, many of them were both. So you got prophet, barbarian, builders, explorers. Then you have administrators.
Oh, yes.
Then you have aristocrats, bureaucrats. Then comes the downfall. Company, family, legacy, G4, G5, it's done. And the only way at this point that you can save that civilization, that society, that company, is for a synergist that comes in. Where they're winning is what? Kids in schools, riots, protesting, and they're doing what they're doing. All they're waiting for is the next George Floyd. That's all they need. They need their next George Floyd. And what month are we in right now? Today's what?
May 22nd.
Okay. May 25th is coming up in 3 days. May 26th is in a few days. They need chaos back again, except they're going to do it in a different way.
I keep thinking that about the Israel-Palestine thing. I'm probably the only person in the world who doesn't have very strong feelings on it. I like Israel. I'm not against the Palestinians. I'm just kind of agnostic. I'm just too American for this whole conversation. But when that becomes the biggest news story in the United States, a conflict across the globe, and when these protests are blown so out of proportion by all news media, you have to think, like, maybe this is not a reflection of reality. Like, maybe I'm being played here a little bit, right? Or maybe I'm being played a lot.
I've never seen Comey be this animated about Biden being a president. This just happened yesterday. So there's a lot of people that are worried about losing their card.
You got to wonder, as you listen to Comey talk, or Brennan, or all these former agency heads of the most powerful agencies in the world, these guys still have security clearances? Of course they do.
For sure.
They use them for their jobs.
Right.
That's a privilege, not a right. And those should be revoked immediately by Donald Trump day fucking one. Why do those guys still have security clearances? I mean, if you believe in democracy, if you think that the people who live in the country own the country, it's their government and they have a say in how it's run, and that government should reflect their priorities over time, and I think we all claim to believe that, then you can't have unelected agency heads or retired unelected agency heads running everything behind the scenes. That is just absolutely antithetical to democracy. So why do these guys continue to be allowed legally to run the government from outside the government?
To me, he's not a alpha to be a one. He's a flag carrier. Number one mistake DeSantis made is law number one. That's all he needs to do. That's all I'm going to say.
What's law number one?
Law number one is never outshine your master. And that's what he did. You don't ever do that. Okay. And in this case, master is a bad word to use, but you can replace masters with the guy that helped you become a governor.
Yeah.
You never outshine that guy. That is the kiss of death when you do that. You cannot do that because that person forever is going to know that secretly you always want to take him out to have his throne. And once that's out there, that guy cannot in the back of his mind ever take that away from his brain. It's always going to be here. It's going to be like, oh, I know where you're at. Okay, no problem. Oh, no, but you, no, I know what you want. I know deep down inside you want my throne. No problem.
Though it's pretty clear to me that 2 summers ago, so August 2022, when that deadly force raid on Mar-a-Lago took place and they rooted through the former First Lady's underwear, that was the moment when Trump kind of came back. Like, DeSantis was done. This is my read on it. Mm-hmm. The more they persecute Trump unfairly, the more transparently grotesque and corrupt it is, the stronger Trump becomes. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it seems pretty obvious. There's been polling on this. Do you think the people who did it knew that would happen? Like, how much of this did they think through?
No, I don't. I actually don't think they thought it would happen. I think they think it's working. And now it's too late. Michael Cohen, did you steal from the Trump organization? Yes, sir, I did. What? Yeah, I did. Holy shit.